Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Talk. This is me, your trainer, Meera. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. I have a running nose. You know what? Let me just quickly clear up this mess, and I'll be just back. I'll just come back. Okay, I'm back, and I'm sure you must have guessed I am a horrible actor, but that's fine because what I've got for you today is exactly about sneezing and stuffy nose and runny nose. And you know why? Because these days I've been keeping so unwell just because of the weather outside. It's a little cold, too hot, too cold, and sudden shifts. So I thought, you know what? Let's talk about how are you feeling, especially when you're ill or when you're sick, and how do you feel, what hurts, what pains, and what aches. Okay, so without a further ado, let me quickly start the lesson for today, which is about health problems and health issues and how you can answer the question, how are you feeling, especially when you visit a doctor. All right, so let's begin. I'm going to keep it very simple. Why? Because naturally, when you're unwell, right, you want to tell the doctor as to how are you feeling so that he can understand what the problem is and give you medications accordingly. Now, we use certain words and terminologies which are a little informal, right? So, let's quickly learn how to answer the question, how are you feeling? Okay, let's begin. Dizzy. Now, dizzy is a feeling where you're suddenly everything around you is in motion, like it's going round and round and round. Have you felt that before, where everything around you moves? Now, that's being dizzy. Suddenly where the whole earth is going upside down, everything is feeling around, and you're just like, you feel that you're going to faint. Okay, and that's when you can tell the doctor that you're feeling a little dizzy and you might fall. So help me, tell me something that, what is wrong with me exactly, right? At this point, probably you have a little bit of pain already in your head, and then you start feeling dizzy. Or maybe it could be that, you have been sitting inside the house, and suddenly you go out in the daylight, and there's very harsh sunlight, and you start feeling dizzy, right? So that's what you can say when everything around you is moving round and round. You're basically dizzy. Moving on to nausea. Well, nausea is a feeling where you don't want to eat anything or you feel like vomiting everything, right? Right? When probably when you look at certain food items and you go like, please don't give me that. I'm feeling nauseatic, right? And that is when you can use nausea, when you feel like everything inside your stomach is now going to come out. You basically want to throw up, you want to vomit, and you have a nausea towards certain things in front of you, especially when it comes to food. Okay? Moving on to Pukeish. Now, nausea and Pukeish are a little interrelated. But you know what? When it comes to Pukeish, you probably have gone to the doctor after you have already vomited. Okay? When that happens, when you feel pukish, you've probably vomited, and then you're going to tell the doctor that I'm continuously feeling pukish. I have already puked once at home. Basically, you have already vomited. Okay, and then you've gone to tell the doctor that you're feeling pukish all the time. So what is the problem? Have I eaten something wrong? Have I eaten bad food? And is that why I have some food poisoning because of which I'm vomiting? So that is when you can either choose nausea or choose pukish. Okay, moving on to giddy. Now this is when you suddenly get up and you feel the rush, you suddenly there's a blackout in front of you and your head starts spinning again, right? So here also your head spins, and also there's a certain blackout, you know, that jerk when you're sitting and you get up and you're like, oh, okay, I think I just lost balance and there was blackout. So that's when you can feel a little giddy, okay? Now, itchy, right? You feel like you're continuously scratching and it's all itchy. So when you go to the doctor and there are a lot of rashes, okay, in different patches, and the doctor says, how are you feeling? What happened? You can say that I'm feeling itchy, like, oh my God, everything is scratching, right? When you're and when there are rashes. So you can have rashes on different parts of your body and you can tell the doctor that I'm feeling itchy continuously. Even in your scalp, you feel itchy, especially when your scalp is dry. Agree? Great. That is when you can tell the doctor you feel a little itchy, and then you can tell in which body part are you feeling itchy. Runny nose. Now, this is exactly what I was telling when you sneeze, okay, is when okay, and that is when you have a runny nose, like you already have a viral infection in your body, because of which you have running nose, and you feel like you're either going to sneeze or you're going to blow your nose in a handkerchief, and that is when you're feeling a little cold. Or next up, feverish is when you feel a little cold, okay? And you can tell the doctor that, doctor, I'm feeling a little feverish. That means your body is warm. Warm body, but you're feeling cold. And that is exactly when you know that you're feeling feverish. And then the doctor will give you medications accordingly. Moving on from how are you feeling to what kind of ache, pain, hurt or soreness does your body cause? Because you cannot say that, you know what, I have a sore head. That doesn't make sense. Let us understand what soreness means. Soreness means anything that is swollen, inflamed. Any body part, like particular ones that I've written here, when they get inflamed, right? And when there is, it's swollen because of certain irritation, because of certain, probably something has bitten it, right? Or because of infections in the environment around, it's getting a little sore, swollen. So now when it comes to soreness, you can tell the doctor that I have a sore throat, okay? Now sore throat is also related to feverish. You feel cold and your throat is sore. Again, that's a sign of viral infection. Where your throat is all red from the inside, you can't eat or gulp anything, even water. That's why people suggest, when you have sore throat, people suggest to drink honey warm water. Okay, moving on to sore eyes. There are times when even in your school or your college, when there is infection all around and your eyes catch that infection and your eyes become red, and then you have to wear goggles, then you have to go to the doctor and the doctor gives you eye drops, right? So sore eyes, you can always say sore eyes, and you have to go to an eye specialist, which is an ophthalmologist, and he will give you eye drops and cure your sore eyes. Moving on to sore muscles, especially sportsmen or even you guys who do not work out every day, but one day you go out for a walk and suddenly your muscles are really swollen, right? Why? Because you're giving them a jerk, right? A new sensation and a feeling, and it's all paining. You can't get up, you can't sit, you can't walk around, and that is when you have sore muscles, especially after a lot of exercise. Okay, sometimes there's a certain swollen. It's your shoulder is sometimes swollen, and that is when you can also say that you have a sore shoulder in particular. Like you can see over here, even when your shoulder can either be sore, when your muscles in the shoulder are sore and swollen, your shoulder can also get hurt. Okay, now slowly moving on to hurt. Now what is the meaning of hurt? Now hurt is sort of a synonym for pain. It's paining, right? You can also say it's hurting. So now what all body parts can you use when you use the word hurt? Well, your hand can hurt. You can tell someone that your hand is hurting. Your leg is hurting. Your shoulder is also hurting. Your shoulder can also be sore. Moving on to elbows. You've hurt your elbow and you get suddenly that feeling, and you can tell someone that, hey, my elbow hurts. And your knee can also get hurt, right? So with hurt, you can use these body parts. Now, the most common thing that we use is ache, right? Aching, paining, right? Similarly, when you use the word ache, what all can you use with ache? You can say your head aches, right? Your toothache. So you can tell the doctor, I think I have a bad toothache. Can you give me a medicine for my toothache? Your ear can ache, it can get all red and scratchy and itchy, and it can hurt. No, it will ache, right? So, ear ache, tooth ache, head ache, back ache. When you have a backache, you can only use ache and not hurt. Your back has gotten hurt, but you have a backache. That's how you would use backache. And the most common, stomach ache, because of anything, like it could be some food problem or it could be a normal ache. So that is how you would use hurt for hand, leg, shoulder, elbow, knee, and ache with head, tooth, ear, back and stomach. I hope you have understood a little bit of vocabulary today, and you would probably be able to express to the doctor how are you feeling exactly and what hurts, what aches, what is sore. Alright, that's it for today, guys. I will be meeting you very soon with another interesting topic. Until then, stay healthy, keep smiling. This is me, Meera, signing off for the day. Bye, guys.